Chess fans around the world, the Tata Still 2023 tournament is underway. This is the first major tournament of the new year. Welcome, people. Happy New Year. First round of the tournament, obviously in the Masters section. You're going to get some boring games, right? Guys are warming up, filling each other out, trying to figure out where they fit in the pack. So you get a lot of draws today. We're not going to get into the draws. We're going to get into this very interesting match between Liren and Gukesh. And let me just tell you, Ding is in championship form. Game starts off with D4, and we're going to go right here. As you can see from this setup, Liren is not coming to play for a draw. Ding is coming for blood. Oh my God. Plays a little bit of peekaboo here with the dark bishops. But I just want to go back really fast. And right here from this setup, if you're looking at this, you're thinking, oh, okay, he wants to develop his bishops into these squares, play sound, and just play chess. No. Liren brings his bishop out to A6. And I've seen this before in my studies. I've tried it. Every time I've tried it, I've failed at it. So I just stopped doing it. Ding, obviously being the master, is like, no. Let me show you how to do this, son. A6, and then brings the other bishop. This is something else I don't do. What I learned was you don't want to help your opponent develop. So usually I don't play this bishop move because you just end up playing back anyway, and now his bishop's developed. But this is Liren. Ding is like, I'm a master. This is what I do. And also there could be some psychological factor. I mean, your opponent comes out like this in a game, you're like, oh man, I'm in for a dogfight. Hopefully Peta doesn't come after me. I don't mean that type of dogfight. I mean the type with planes. Let's continue. We got a nice little Fiend Kettle setup here coming. Castles. Ding strikes back in the middle and supports his pawn structure. All very standard. We get a little bit of blood in the middle. When Ding took with this pawn, I was asking myself, why didn't he take with the C pawn? Just for my own instruction. And I think it's very simple. Taking this way keeps the pawn here, restricting this knight. So in case you ever want to get nasty with this bishop, sack it or something, this knight will still be restricted. So very instructional. Also, this file is going to open up eventually as well, right? Let's go. Knight jumps back, obviously clearing a square to do something. Then we get the rook move. Rook E8. Now, when you play rook E8, I'm thinking, oh, okay, you're just going to drop your bishop back, protect G7, all normal. No. Ding is rerouting his knight to come to a more active square. We got the bishop all roaming out here, and he brings his knight to a square that is going to control the dark squares. Obviously applying pressure right down here in the middle. You're going to see why that matters in just a moment. Gukesh takes, bishop takes. Now we got two attackers here on this little dangling pawn, weak dangling pawn. Gukesh has to support. It's just tempo. At this point, I really like Black's position. Anytime you can get your bishops along these long diagonals, and this bishop is just staring this guy down, so he can't move anytime soon. Anyway, Ding, savage. Just savage. Knight C5. And Ding said in the post interview that knight C5 is where he was able to even the game up. After we get takes, obviously that's a tactic. It's a temporary sacrifice. I don't even think it's just an exchange, I guess. Rook comes in to attack, and Ding brings his queen in. Active square. Now we got two snipers Two diagonal snipers on this long diagonal. Ding just controlling the board. The lone pawn in the middle supported. Notice Gukesh has no pawns in the middle. Queen comes over to attack. Ding says, I'll protect. Gukesh takes. Rook comes over, obviously trying to apply pressure down the middle at some point. Ding supports. We get some trades, bishop. And then here, Gukesh makes the first dubious move of the game. Knight f4. The computer is calling for bishop takes. And this is where things just enter master level. Who's going to play that move? I know. Magnus would definitely play this. Because Magnus doesn't think about the queen like the rest of us do. Magnus thinks about queens like they're just another piece on the board. And you'll see why. Because I was worried about this. I'm like, why would you take with the bishop and he's just going to pin? Well, apparently, after we get rid of the pieces, yes, white is down a queen. However, you see the two rooks as compensation for the queen. It's a very, I don't want to say basic, you have to do some studies before you discover things like that maybe. But people say if you have two active rooks, it's just good as a queen. And if you look at the eval bar says we are even, dead even, 0.0. Gukesh was like, I'm not playing Ding Liren without my queen. It's just not going to happen. I'm just not about to take those kind of chances, especially with this going on. I can totally understand why he didn't play it. Anyway, I don't know how he's supposed to find that. So anyway, he plays knight f4. Ding also commented, he said this g5 move, he was happy he found it. This is just another move, like you just wouldn't play this. Like, you have to be super GM to find moves like this. Gukesh attacks. Ding understands the position. Solidifying his bishop outpost. Anytime you got a bishop supported by a pawn in the middle, a bishop outpost, and it happens to be a bishop outpost pointing at the king. A bishop outpost pointing at the king. Oh my God. It's just not looking good for Gukesh at this point. Gukesh supports his knight, liberating his bishop from defensive duties. And Ding Liren plays f5. What a beast. Now we're going to go down a couple of variations here. But I just want to show you how, like, this, we're in do not try this at home territory at this point. When you're a new chess player, they tell you, you don't want to be launching your pawns in front of your king. Ding's king is just naked. There's nobody here. He's just wide open saying, come and get me. And you can't do anything about it. He's up. Black is better. Who would have thought? And even if you dislodge this pawn, you still can't take the knight. So what's happening here? Well, let's go down that rabbit hole. Computer says queen f5. Or I'm sorry, this is a variation I created. I put queen f5, trying to see what was going on here. And the obvious response is bishop c8. And Ding talks about this in his post interview. Queen goes back, and then the rook comes over, applies pressure. I don't want to go too deep into the variation, but you can see how this is starting to look really dark for white. This guy and this guy, and once you move the bishop, he's coming in here. And then he's falling at some point, it's just, yeah, that would be very bad. So this all came off of the f5 move. This is all of the f5 move. In a game, Gukesh plays the accurate knight comes back. But I just wanted to see what would happen because, Ding said he calculated this. Ding said he did not calculate this next variation. takes on d4, which is very interesting. Obviously, this guy, you just can't let him live. He's just hanging out just too long, So Ding says this was something he hadn't thought about, but it's actually a mistake. Ding said he didn't calculate this, he didn't see this, but good on Gukesh for not playing this move. The variation continues like so, and this is how the position would look. Obviously, better for black, as you can see. You got two minor pieces and one rook, and then over here we would have two rooks versus the bishops, and two rooks are just going to be deadly, especially when they're controlling so many squares. They're super active. It's probably just a winning endgame for black. So anyway, Gukesh, good on him. Plays knight g5, g3, take on g4, and then the knight slides in. Knight f5, attacking the queen, obviously. Good in between move. We talk about intermezzo on this channel. You could do the immediate thing, but Gukesh says no, no, no. And then the bishop slides into the middle of the board, double protecting the knight. And then Ding plays his first dubious move, h5. I'm assuming just supporting this pawn and just bringing all the pawns up. As you can see, Ding is just calling for violence. Computer wanted queen e5. You can see why this is just a great move. Again, playing human is different from playing a computer. Computer is going to be very technical. I can see a human playing this, though. I can definitely see a human playing this type of move. Looks really good. You got the double snipers coming in. You got your super sniper in the queen. Then you got your sniper in the bishop. And they're both eyeing down the king. Really good position to see on the board. Very instructional. Let's continue. Gukesh plays b4, obviously trying to undermine the bishop. Ding Liren, very instructional. Very instructional. A bit of prophylaxis with the king f8. This is all about stopping any potential checks in the future, maybe the queen, which would give your opponent counterplay. Whenever you're calculating moves, you look for the checks first. Let's continue. a3. Now, computer says a3 is a mistake. Better was a4. I can see why a human might miss this, because you're thinking, I have to support this pawn. And technically you don't, because black can't take. Black can't take. It'll get a little dicey, right? You can take here. You can finally remove that you can finally remove that bishop, and that would undermine everything. A4, obviously better. Now you're looking to cut down this bishop, which I thought might have been on his mind. I'm not sure. I don't remember what Gukesh said in his post interview, or if he talked about this move or not. But obviously trying to undermine the bishop there would be the thought. And then the play would continue. Anyway, then there's this variation, right? So assuming that on the next move black took, I just wanted to see what would happen, what this would look like. And apparently it's not a good move to take this pawn. I just want to see if it was a mistake. And it is, because of this. Now, this is very instructional. I'm glad I did this. I'm glad I took a look at this, because there's this crazy tactic of bishop b7. Sacrificing the bishop does white, or would white. And you'll see why in just a second. If you take that bishop, white now has an opportunity for perpetual. If you make the mistake, like I did, obviously just trying to see what would happen, you lose the bishop. And that's really the moral of the story. The moral of the story is, if you move this king to the wrong position, For example, after check, for example, let's say you blundered and tried to block with the queen. Well, your rook falls. So this is a dead even draw for white. So yeah, a little bit of a rabbit hole on C takes B4. Very instructional, something you might want to just take a look at for your own records. But yeah, that's how the game could have continued if Ding made that mistake. But we're talking about Ding Liren here. Ding is, I was thinking about this match and I'm like, Ding is obviously coming to play to win. But psychologically, like, what is he doing in Nepo when he plays like this? What is he doing in Nepo? Like, Nepo has to sit here and watch this. He's not in the tournament. But Nepo has to sit here and watch Ding Liren play like this. This has to be absolutely terrifying. Obviously, it's not, because Nepo's Nepo. He's, another super GM. But yeah. Okay, so moving right along. I'm sorry. Moving right along. We get the first blunder of the game. Gukesh slides over rookie one. This is where I can say I would have found the move, even though I'm not a super GM. But like, I'm finding the move not because I'm great, but because I'm terrified. I am absolutely terrified of this bishop and queen combo. Now, obviously, no. Okay, yeah. No, I'm absolutely terrified of this. I just like, do you really want, how long are we going to let this bishop just chill in an outpost in the middle of the board? How long, Gukesh? You can't do that. Obviously, computer calling for knight takes, rook takes. Obviously, you gotta get rid of that bishop. Can't let that guy just hang around. Anyway, let's continue. Hold on. Okay, so E1, rook E1, blunder, and this is where Ding just goes full savage mode. Oh my god. Like, right here is just where the game's won, right? And, guys like us, amateurs, you got to be really good to find the tactic here. And Ding, being in world championship mode, I am coming for Nepo mode. Exchange down. And then the savage D3. Bishop D3 attacking the queen. Queen can't take. If queen takes, goodbye, mama. Goodbye, mama. You just hung your queen. And that's winning. Now, I know we talked about two rooks. In this case, it doesn't apply because that knight's just about to fall. The knight's the next thing to go. He's pinned to the king, so it's not even going to be even. It just doesn't apply this time. Sorry. Oh, my God. We got to look at that again. Blunder Rooney, rook E1. Rook takes E4. Queen takes bishop D3. Instructional. I guess you could give up at this point. As soon as you vacate the queen, guess who's falling? Your faithful knight. Anyway, the game continues. We get the queen trades. That knight, there he goes. Goodbye. Goodbye, sir. Gukesh maybe thought he had some counterplay here, gobble up some pawns. And Ding Liren, being the professional he is, shows Gukesh the superiority in the position. Just look at the king's on lockdown. Let's look at the hot square. Lockdown. Bishop's coming. I'm sorry. Bishop's going to stay there. I take that back. Pawn's going to take. Check if you don't move that king. Only liberated square for the king is here. I'm not even going to get into, I'm not even going to try and turn the computer on or look into variations. You can see the piece superiority in the position. These pawns, they're passed, but they're split. The rooks just ain't coordinated. The king, he's just got the goons all around him. And that's it. Ding Liren with the W in the first round with the black pieces. Who comes to a tournament? Who comes to a 80+ year traditional tournament, OTB, in the first round with the black pieces? I got to show the position to you again. And plays for a win. Never forget this position right here. Ding even said in the post interview, he said, Gukesh after the opening was very uncomfortable. He used up a lot of time. I mean, Ding, nobody's going to prep for these variations. Nobody's prepping for black to come out the gate, ignore all like basic beginner level principles, and just come with the double sniper combo in the very beginning. Who comes to Tata Steel? Who comes to Tata Steel in the first round as black looking for a win? Who does that? Ding does that. What a savage. What a savage. I really enjoyed watching this game. We're going to have more chess recaps coming soon. Make sure you guys subscribe. Also, for all my people, you know, this is a channel for our nootropic master focus. It's going to help your memory, flow, concentration, put you in a good mood, give you an energy. We designed this for chess players. I'm a chess player, obviously. So, you know, I wanted a way to get a little bit of a cheat code without cheating. Like, we don't want to be doing, like, you know, PEDs, but it's 100% herbal for all of our chess viewers. If you send us an email after you get a subscription, we'll lower your price. I'll manually go in and just lower your price. All you have to do is mention chess recap, and I will lower the price of your subscription for about $20. You got to do that like ASAP, like now. This does not last forever. So yeah, just a little bit of love for the channel. Once again, another game recap tomorrow, round 2. Can't wait to see you guys. I'll be working heavy on this. Au revoir.
Didn't listen to me then, I bet they feel me now. Time don't let me lose it. The booth not about to prove it. I set goals and pursue it. You the best to never do it. Invest my money talking fluent, stupid, ducking the Judas. It broke my heart, but over my eyes, you have no honor, I have no choice. Chasing the commas till I'm gone. I've been left for a minute. On my way home, mama, I promise, got caught up in it. Damn. Everybody eats when I'm batting at the plate. First, second, third, home, $1 million